Hello friends, welcome to my workbook. In this video we will be practicing logical reasoning and the topic for the day is number series. A series of numbers will be given. There will be a pattern throughout. We have to decode this pattern and find what the next term in the series will be. If you're preparing for any competitive or recruitment exam, then this topic is a must. Easily 3 to 5 questions are at least asked in any of the exam. Watch the video till the end. We will cover different types, solve different patterns, and it will surely be helpful. We can group the possible questions in this topic into 5 types. We will see each of these types one by one. In type 1, we have addition or subtraction of numbers. In such series, the elements will increase or decrease gradually. So we can conclude that some number has been either added or subtracted from each of the element. Question number 1. The series given is 4, 5, 8, 13, 20 and we need to find what the next element is. As we move from left to right, the numbers are increasing gradually. There's no sharp increase or decrease between the elements. So we can say that the operation involved is addition. So how to find out what has been added? To find that pattern, always find the difference between the successive elements. 5 minus 4 will be 1. 8 minus 5 is 3. 13 minus 8 will be 5. 20 minus 13 is 7. So these are the difference between the successive elements 1, 3, 5, 7. Can you see a pattern here? These are all odd numbers. So consecutive odd numbers are being added to each of the element to get the next element. Next odd number after 7 it is 9. So we need to add 9 to 20 to get the next element. 20 plus 9 will give us 29. So the answer for this question is 29. Question number 2, 40, 30, 22, 16, 12. Here the series is decreasing in nature. We can see that the elements are decreasing gradually. So we can conclude that the operation involved is subtraction. Again, to find what number has been subtracted or to decode the pattern, we will see the difference between the successive elements. 40 minus 30 is 10. 30 minus 22 is 8. 22 minus 16 6. 16 minus 12 is 4. 10, 8, 6, 4. The pattern is very much evident, right? These are all even numbers. So consecutive even numbers starting from 10 have been subtracted from each of the element. So how do we get the next element? So we need to take away 2 from 12. 12 minus 2 will give us 10. So the answer for this question is 10. Another sum in the same type 1. 1, 3, 6, 11, 18 and what comes next? So we will as usual find the difference between the successive elements. 2, 3, 5, 7. These are all prime numbers. 2, 3, 5, 7. Prime numbers are getting added to each element. So the next prime number would be after 7 it will be 11. So add 18 to 11, it will be 29. So these three sums are of the same pattern. Some number has been added or subtracted to each of the element. So we observed that the series progresses gradually. It can either gradually increase or gradually decrease. So it involves addition or subtraction pattern. Now let's move on to type 2. In type 2, we can observe multiplication or division of numbers. So along the series, there will be a sharp increase or decrease between successive elements. Question number 4. The series is 4, 4, 8, 24 and 96. We need to find the next element. First two elements are same 4. then it is getting doubled, 4 is becoming 8, then 8 is getting tripled, 8 threes are 24. 4 times 1, then it is 2 times, then it is 3 times, then 24 fours are 96. So consecutive natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 are getting multiplied with each element. So 96 should be multiplied with 5 to get the next element. 96 into 5 will give 480. So 480 is the answer. Question number 5. 1296, 648, 216, 108, 36, and we need to find the next term in this series. The elements are decreasing quite sharply, isn't it? So we can conclude that they have been divided by some factor. 1296 divided by 2 will give us 648, and 648 if we divide it 3 times we'll get 216. 216 by 2 will give us 108. 108 divided by 3 will give us 36. So the elements are divided by 2 and 3 alternatively. So the next element will be obtained by dividing 36 with 2. So 36 divided by 2 will be 18. 18 is the answer. So in type 2, we notice that the elements either increase or decrease sharply. So it's either multiplication or division operation. Let's move on to type 3. In type 3, there is addition or subtraction of squares or cubes of natural numbers. Let's see few examples under this type. Question number 6. 1, 2, 6, 15, 31. Here it is an increasing series and the elements are also increasing gradually. So let's find the difference between the successive elements. 2 minus 1 is 1. 6 minus 2, 4. 15 minus 6 is 9. 31 minus 15 is 16. And the pattern here is these are all squares, perfect squares. 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. So perfect squares of natural numbers are getting added to successive elements. So how will we find the next element? We need to add 5 square to 31. So 31 plus 5 square is 25. Answer will be 56. One more sum of similar type. Question number 7. 441, 225, 100, 36, 9. What will be the next number? So the series is decreasing in nature and the difference between successive elements is also quite sharp. Can we think about dividing the numbers by a common factor? Except for 100, all other numbers are divisible by 3, correct? 441 divided by 3 will give us 147. 225 by 3 will give us 75. 100 we will leave it. 36 by 3 will give us 12. 9 divided by 3 will give us 3. So is there any pattern here? 147, 75, 12, 3. Doesn't look like a pattern, right? So let's find the difference between successive elements. 441 minus 225 will be 216. 225 minus 100 is 125. 100 minus 36 is 64. 36 minus 9 is 27. All these numbers are perfect cubes. 216 is 6 cube, 125 is 5 cube, 64 is 4 cube, 27 is 3 cube. So to find the next number in this series, we need to take away 2 cube from 9. So 9 minus 8, which is 1. Answer is 1. So this is also one possible pattern where squares or cubes of natural numbers are either added or subtracted from the elements. Let's move on to type 4. In type 4, there will be multiple operations. There will be a combination of multiplication and addition, or multiplication and subtraction, division and addition, so on. Question number 8, 13, 25, 51, 101, 203. Just by looking at this, the first thing that strikes our mind is the elements are close to 2 times the previous element, correct? 13 into 2 minus 1 will give you 25. 25 into 2 will be 50. They have added a 1. 51 into 2 is 102. Take away 1. 101 into 2 is 202. Add a 1. So the pattern is multiply by 2 and then subtract and add 1 alternatively. So the next element will be 203 into 2 minus 1. It is 405. So there's a combination of operations, multiplication followed by addition and subtraction. Question number 9, 5, 6, 14, 45, 184. 5 times 1 will give you 5 and they have added a 1. Isn't it? 5 times 1 plus 1. And 14 is close to 2 times 6. So it's into 2 plus they have added 2. And 14 3 times will give you 42. So 14 into 3 plus 3. Similarly, 45 into 4 will give us 180. Add a 4 to it. So the pattern is very much evident. Into 1 plus 1, into 2 plus 2, into 3 plus 3, and so on. So the next element would be 184 into 5 plus 5. And the answer will be 925. Let's move on to type 5. Here there will be a combination of two series. The series will be alternating in nature. There will be more than one series combined here. Question number 10, 2, 5, 4, 10, 8, 15, and we need to find the next element. By looking at this, we can clearly see that first, third, fifth, and the seventh element form a series on its own. 2 into 2 is 4, 4 into 2 is 8, and 8 into 2 will give the answer, which is 16. The remaining positions, that is 5, 10, 15, are all multiples of 5. So that is a separate series. We have two separate series combined here. So there are possibilities for questions from this pattern as well. Now it's time for a quiz. There are 3 questions for you all to solve and practice. Have a close look at the series. Analyze if the series is progressing gradually or sharply. Find out the difference between the successive elements to decode the pattern. Also keep in mind, prime numbers, perfect squares, and cubes can also be added or subtracted to make the series tricky. Hope you are able to solve all the 3 sums without much difficulty. Do not forget to share your answers in the comment section. That's the end of this video, my friends. Meet you soon with another learning video.